But anyway, let's start off by talking about the trailer. Now, I don't have anything. I didn't do any live reactions like I did with the Sonic one this past week, but I did see the trailer, and I have to say it looks really good. I think John Campa, is right about the fact that we're going to get three in a row. That Star Wars, it did its thing with um, Force Awakens, Rogue One, and The Last Jedi when it had three films that reached that $1 billion mark in a row. So it looks like Marvel, along with association with Sony, is going to be reaching that threshold as well with Far From Home, the way this is being played out. Now, what I like about the trailer is it does show the aftermath of Endgame. It does show that Peter is still mourning Tony's death and his sacrifice, and basically he just wants to try to move on now. He wants to try to have some. Basically, what it looks like. Basically, what I'm getting, the vibe I'm getting from Peter here, from Tom Holland's character, is he doesn't want to have anything to do with heroing anymore. Well, not heroing on a petty crime, bank robbery kind of level, something like that. He's cool with that apparently, but he just wants a break overall, which is why when you see him in a Spider-Man outfit telling the police officers, "Hey, I hope you guys can handle this because I'm going on vacation," he's basically saying, "Look, I want to have a break from heroism. I want to try to get my life back together here. I want to readjust my life. I want me and my friends to kind of, basically have a peaceful vacation, a peaceful trip to Paris and all that. Or I think that's where it's Paris, France. He just wants to have a break. He doesn't want to have nothing to do with heroism anymore. But that's not to be, because apparently, even though Nick Fury admits he's a hard man to find, Nick Fury does find him. He does find him, and he says, "Look, we need you on this right now." And you can even tell when he gets the information, he gets the feedback about what's going on. He still doesn't want nothing to do with it. He's like, "Look, I don't want to do this. Can you call Thor? Can you call Marvel? Can you call somebody else that can do this for you so I can have peace, so I can be with my friends, so I could tell Mary Jane, who is in this movie, how he feels about her." And I will give props as well, because there is rumors. Speaking of Mary Jane, there is rumors that she might be Nick Fury's niece in this interpretation, which would explain why she kind of knows in the trailer that Peter is Spider-Man and vice versa. I mean, she says she tells Peter it's obvious. So there might be a connection there. And if that is revealed before in the movie, that's really going to shake a lot of things up, because it's going to be like, here's Nick Fury, who, is recruiting Peter into this situation, that Peter wants nothing to do with. And yet you have this connection of, "Oh, well, you like my niece, right? So wouldn't you do it for her?" I'm not saying that they would do something like that, but that would make things very awkward. And I'm just hearing something right there. It's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. There's just a little bit of just the air. That's all. Nothing really wrong with it. But anyway, there's reports that Mary Jane is probably would be revealed as Nick Fury's niece. We're not too sure yet, but yeah, the vibe you get from Peter here is he just wants to readjust. He wants time to readjust. He doesn't want to do any heroing. He doesn't want to have to fight crime. He just wants to adjust, get back to somewhat of a normal life, spend time with his friends, tell Mary Jane he loves her, and move on. And afterwards probably get back into heroing after he's settled down. But that's not the case. And the other thing that gets revealed here is we knew Mysterio, or Beck, Quentin Beck, as some people are calling it, because some people are thinking Comic Book Cast 2 said Vic, but it's Beck, or Vec, but it's actually Quentin Beck. Um, Basically, we find out that this Mysterio, and there was reports about this. Reports about this that came out days before, that this Mysterio was from an alternate universe, from another world, from another Earth, basically another version of Earth, like Earth dash 168 or something like that. Now, here's what's interesting. That also would explain possibly these elemental creatures of Earth, of water and earth and I guess air or something like that. Or not earth, but earth, water, and fire, or something like that. It would probably explain them as well, because what Nick Fury says in the trailer is the snap, and we don't know what snap it was. We don't know if it was Tony's snap that kind of restored things, or if it was Thanos' snap. I'm leaning more towards Tony, because unlike Thanos, Tony's just a normal human being. And basically what he did killed him. It took whatever life he had left, whatever breath he had left, it took it out of him. So basically if we're leading towards the latter's snap, which is Tony Iron Man's snap that restored everything, that would explain why, as Nick Fury puts it, the snap tore a hole between the world and other worlds, basically created a jumping point for different incarnations of characters to jump back and forth. Now, to me, this sets up, I think, the next big event, and I'm going to talk about that. That'll be the last thing I talk about. But this is going to set up the next big event in the MCU. I mean, the Russo brothers, Kevin Feige, they can come out and say, oh, no, it's not going to happen. We're going to do this differently. You pretty much, right here in this trailer, acknowledged that you're going to do it. You've been hinting and dropping hints that Secret Wars is the next thing. This is pretty much you saying, yeah, we're going there, but we're going to go a different route. So, overall, I like the trailer, because what it's basically setting up for this movie, as far as Peter is concerned, is him basically stepping up and being the new Iron Man, being the new leader, potentially, of the Avengers. So that's what it's setting up to me. I like it. I like that. I like that it's doing that, and I like the fact that if you want to look at it as being that conclusion, that epilogue conclusion to the Infinity War saga or Endgame saga, or the first three phases, that's great, because what you're doing is you're wrapping that up by having Peter step up and be the new, like, Tony Stark, the new Iron Man, whatever, the new leader of the Avengers. And at the same time, you're setting up the next phase. Unless they clean this whole mess up in Far From Home right away, you're pretty much setting up the next phase of Marvel films, which is, of course, I believe, and the Russos have dropped hints of it, the Secret Wars. But they're going to be doing it in a different way. So, honestly, I like the trailer. I like what they did here. I can't wait to see the movie in theaters if I get a chance to do that. I can't wait to see it. To me, I think it's obvious what arc we're going to get next, what arc they're going to build towards in the next few phases. That's what I think they're going to build towards. Secret Wars is going to be the Infinity War / Endgame of the whole scenario. But like I said, I'm going to talk about that later on, just when I get to the last thing here. But to me, that's what this trailer has done. It's given us an idea of how they're going to wrap up Phase 3 and set up Phase 4. because I think somebody said it on a tweet here on Twitter. They said they put a picture up saying Phase 1 started with Iron Man. You know, the whole Infinity building up to Infinity War started with him, and now the new phase is beginning with Spider-Man, beginning with his essential protege. You know, taking on the lead, taking on the new mantle of being in that position. So really, really interested in seeing where they go with it from there. Really interested. So overall, like I said, I liked. Well, easy for me to say. I liked the trailer. I really enjoyed it. Not stressed enough how good this is probably going to be. And I do agree with John Campy. It's definitely going to reach that 1 billion mark. There's no denying that it's going to reach that, and I think a lot of people know that as well. So here's hoping for that. Here's hoping for that.